Hello everyone, my name is Chris, this is my cat reading channel, and so welcome to this welcome video. I had one done and posted maybe 2 days ago, but I realized very soon, the day after, it didn't end up being quite what I wanted, so I decided to do it again. So this illustrates well the fact that you can see maybe through my videos, you might notice little shifts and changes in how I express myself. The base of my ideas, of my views are the same. There is a core of me that is going to be the same, but the exact way I'm going to express myself or what I know can shift and change. So I'm doing this welcome video because at present time I can sense that I have really touched the core of myself and how I do things with cards. So the exact way I can express myself can shift. Maybe I'm going to develop other ways to do cards, the readings I do, but in terms really of the core things and the more general aspect, the bigger picture of how I speak, this feels truly like me, so I can do a welcome video because it's not going to change anytime soon. Hopefully. Just wait as I say this and things change soon. But yeah, so don't worry, if you see this video, I consider that it's still applying very well, and if one day it's not applying anymore, I'm going to do a new one again. So, let's start. There is a little index, so I'm first going to speak of my readings, so how I do readings, and you know the type of video you're going to see. I place then value and terms because it's, to know my basis, my values, and the few terms I can use is going to be helpful. I've then placed other contents I do because I do other things, including to give a few words, personal readings, and written content. And then I'm going to place a final words, which are going to be the final words I'm going to use for every videos, and I'm going to show the contents I mentioned in other contents, so you can see exactly how it looks like, so you know it's really me when you found me, if you want to find me. Okay, and just a little thing, I did this to remember what I want to say. But otherwise, I'm mostly going to be spontaneous and I don't take myself seriously. I'm going to be speaking, of course, I'm going to deliver messages to be helpful. So I'm going to be serious in the sense that I'm going to speak messages and things. But I'm going to, if laugh at myself or, just be good-natured. So, first, the readings. And the other thing I want to say right now is that I'm a French speaker natively. I understand English very well. I can write it as well as French, but I didn't have as much occasion to speak. So sometimes I can speak well, sometimes not. Saying things can be more or less hard, especially words that are exactly the same in French, because my brain is going to try to say the thing in French. And I have a few decks that are in French, so I have to translate on the fly, and it's always going to be fun. And another thing is that at present time, so maybe I do plan one day to have a better one, my camera has troubles with longer videos and tend to have a beeping noise. So, I don't want to not do videos, but are not going to be the best quality I can give. So yes, I figured out how to not have it cut out. I just need to have it plugged in, because the battery does not last long when I'm actively recording and it goes long. But I think this is why there is always a beeping noise. I think the beeping noise comes up when the battery is slowly dying, or when it's plugged in because the electricity. So I'm sorry for the beeping in most of my videos done with that camera. And that's why, but the thing is that I do like being able to show the shuffling and speak to the camera. I did think of maybe doing for now videos where I just shuffle on camera and then record my screen with pictures of the video of the cards and speaking. I might try, but I do think I'm, despite the little technical issues, continue to do purely videos. So my videos are going to be mostly, if not always, guidance. So for me, this is messages that in general reply, like I say, a few lines down to what needs to be heard right now. What is a messages you need to hear right now, the type of messages that needs to be heard right now. And this can be with or instead energies, which to me is, for example, I do plan to do a first video like this to show what I mean. It can be a video on its own, or show up in the messages I'm looking. Basically, the question that is at the base is what energies are entering right now, what energies do you want to speak about. And for me this is important because messages and energy are more or less similar, but there is still a little difference. Is that messages, it can be something you need to hear, how to help in a situation right now and things. Energies can be more about what is the energy that is starting to be there right now, or entering, or things. And the thing is that if you want it, you can cultivate it. So it's like I'm going to say, for example, there is the energy of prosperity, and then you say, yes, I want prosperity, so you're going to work with this energy. Or, for example, I can say there is energy of conflict, so be careful. And this happened to me. I'm going to explain this later. My spirits, the term spirits, I'm going to say it now, but it's later. I use spirits as my general terms for all non-physical entities. My spirits warned me of energies, and so they gave me messages on how to avoid this, and I did. So if I didn't know or didn't try or anything, what was announced in the cards would have happened. So for example, it was for me an energy of conflict and backstabbing and this sort of things, and because I listened to them, I was able to not fall into any traps, and eventually I was able to cut ties without any conflict or backstabbing. So this can be important to know. So I'm going to I say this after, yeah. So I can do messages and or energies in general. In general, I'm going to go for messages, and if I see a thing about energies, I'm going to speak of energies, and at times I'm going to do energies readings. So I'm going to have themes or topics. So when I speak of themes, I speak, for example, oracle cards based on nature, angelic, draconic, this sort of thing. And topic, it's more so, for example, a blessing for the new year, blessing for your birthday, I don't know, for your birthday. I say this, but like I said later, I don't feel a calling to do, Cancer, Leo, etc. So blessing for New Year, blessing for a special event. Like I said, energy is entering right now. So theme is going to be the theme of my cards, and topic is more so the question I'm answering. So it's going often to be a pick a card reading, but I also do a single reading, so the collective where there's only one message with multiple messages inside, or one messages, and in general I'm going to see multiple messages because I'm going to see the cards, and I'm not going to limit myself to only one interpretation. So I use oracle decks only. I prefer. I find them more various, and for me it's easier to be free to interpret because the tarot is too structured for me, and I just don't resonate with it. I have a tarot, but it's based on ghosts and ghost-like entities, so it has the structure of the tarot, but the cards, each card is also a sort of oracle cards because I can both have the meaning of the tarot card and see messages from the imagery used and the ghosts lore used. And I have another that is called Dream of Gaia Tarot, but this one for me is an oracle that has a structure similar to the tarot, but it's much more, there is much more inside it, and for me it is an oracle card deck. So I said everything except I can touch relation and romance, but not as a topic. I'm not going to do videos, or if I do, it's going to be very rare, that is purely about romance or relationship. I might do relation in the sense of videos that are about relation in general, but you know, friend, family, romantic, etc. But I don't want to give too much focus to romance and relation, because my guidance for me is about your life. So if right now you need to hear about I don't know, for example, your work, it's going to be work based. If it's about personal growth, it's going to be personal growth. And the thing is that I prefer this type of open thing, that is what needs to be heard, what messages, what energy, etc. Because as soon as there is a topic that is more so really specific, you can come watch because you think you want a reply to this. But for example, if I have a video about romance, you might think you want to hear about romance and come and hear what is said, and you're going to hear a message that fits for you, but it's going to fit the romance aspect of your life. And if the video was just general guidance, maybe the message will be about something else that is more important to focus on in the present, that romance. So for example, anytime you're going to watch a video, a reading from you, from anyone, there is a reason you're going to listen. But the thing is that depending how open the topic is, it's not going to necessarily be what you need to hear the most. It's going to be what you need to hear the most in the topic of the video. So this is important to understand from me or from other people. So I do my best to leave open my readings. What I mean by this is that, like I said, I don't want to limit to only one interpretation. And this is about anything, like I said, if I speak of entities, for example, dragons, it can be literally dragons if you believe in dragons as literal spirits, or an imagery that, for example, you believe only in source or God, but you consider they can speak through image of dragons, of angel, everything. So, like I said, you can believe in source, in God, in Mother Nature, in deities. You can believe in angels and spirit guides, in departed one, and then more mythical beings that, like I said, dragon, unicorns, fairies, etc. I use Neutral as much as possible, which is to say that I'm going to speak and I'm not going to assume masculine, feminine, anything. So, like I said, I'm only going to speak of masculine and feminine if it really speaks to me. Otherwise, I'm going to speak of few people and spirits as neutral entities, neutral things, energies, entities. And if I speak of masculine, feminine, I'm going to say it's either a part of you, an energy, or the aspect of you, or of other people. Like, there can be people that are more masculine or feminine that you know, are these masculine figures, or people who are more neutral but have a clear masculine, feminine, or this type of thing. And like I said, the key is what does masculine and feminine means to you. So, for example, I can't understand for me because I don't quite, I understand with understanding, because when you see what can be masculine or feminine for people, I'm going to hear give and receive, active and passive, and for me it's just traits. And yeah, passive is a natural counterpart to active, but for me, anyone can be active or passive. And it's not masculine or feminine, because when we say masculine or feminine, we're going to think of a group of traits, but for me, each single trait is unique, and you know, it's not because you're passive that you're going to be the receiving. You can be the giver, but a passive giver. So yeah, for me, I don't even speak of masculine, feminine, unless the cards are trying to say it's important to speak the word. Because, for example, king, queen, this type of thing, goddess, goddesses, priest, this type of thing, they're words that can speak, but you know, outside of the masculine, feminine, but are still gendered. So I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible. I'm going to speak if I see the king, queens, there's royals we can use as a neutral term, but you know, I'm going to be between these neutral terms, and anytime I have cards or messages that are a bit gendered, but I prefer trying to be as neutral as possible. And I do not speak of the idea of divine masculine and divine feminine because I find this heteronormative. Because even if you say regardless of your gender, and you speak of divine masculine and divine feminine, you're saying us humans, we can have genders outside of the binary, but spiritually there are only masculine and feminine, and I cannot do this. We have enough trouble stepping out of the norm of hetero, cis hetero. I'm not going to apply the cis hetero normative things on spirit, which is why I also speak in neutral terms. And the other thing is that if I see a relation, I'm going to mention possibilities. So if I see about people, I'm just going to say it can be a work partner, a friend, etc. If I see it's romantic, I can speak of polyamory also. I'm not going to just speak of people that are monoamorous, because polyamorous people exist. And you know, it's like if, for example, I see a message that speak of, I don't know, 2 or 3 romantic options, I'm going to say maybe this is that you have multiple options of romantic partners, or that you might discover you are polyamorous, or if you are polyamorous, you have multiple partners possible to come at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to be as open as possible. Yeah. So there is no schedule to my readings. I do them when I feel called to. So you know, everything I do is up to inspiration. I'm not going to force myself to do anything, because that's the best way. I'm not going to do anything. So yes, I'm going to do things when it's not certain. So you know, it's like I love to say, simply trust that I'm going to come back and do something and share something. Because ever I'm going to sense I don't want to do something anymore, and I'm going to say it, or I sense I do feel I can come back one day, and it's like I say this, but maybe I'm going to have a video every few weeks. Maybe at some point there are going to be a few months if I'm busy with other things. Maybe at some point I'm going to have a video every week. So you know, it's like I'm not going to have a schedule like you can see a video every day or every week or even every month. I'm not putting myself any structure or any schedule. I'm just doing what I feel called to. So I do personal private readings, and I chose not to make it a paid service. I don't ask for payment first, and everything I do is the same. Everything is free to read, to watch, to access. It is a choice I made, which is going to be explained through my values. And the thing is that if you want to support me, like I said, it's respect. So it's like you respect who I am, how I view, and things. And the thing is to understand is that I consider my views to be my own, You're free to have your views, to your choices. I'm not going to, I'm like, I'll just pick what I view, the messages I see in my own terms, and you do you, and I respect you and you respect me. Simple as that. So it's the idea that my choices are not used to criticize. I saw this recently. For example, it's not because I choose to have everything free to access that everyone else should. No. And the same way, it's not because other people have paid service that I should have paid service. So what I said is that my choice is not a weapon to be used, and the choice of other is not a weapon to be used. We respect each other, we respect the choice of each other. Encouragement. So I don't need criticism, because I feel the idea that we need to hear what we do. I don't even like the word good, bad, wrong, right, etc. Because the idea of criticism is basically to disapprove and to tell you why you disapprove and what you can do better. And the thing is that it can be well intended, and you can feel you need to understand what you can do better. But the problem is that it's going to be based on someone else's views, and if you're lucky, it's going to fit with yours. But like, how can someone else know if their views are going to be fitting enough to be able to criticize you correctly? So, I like to say, if you don't like what I do, what I say, who I am, I respect you do. Just stay silent about it. I don't need to hear about this because I'm not going to change. If I change, I can grow, but it's going to be in my own way and at my own pace. And growth should be natural, not forced by other people. So you can maybe think I could speak better or believe differently, or I could grow, and you could feel it will be better for me. But all I ask is that you respect me, you stay silent about this, you only encourage what you can encourage, so what you like. Encouragement for me is appreciation, is what you like, not what you dislike or what could be better. And you just trust that if it's truly better for me, I'm going to go there. Especially as people who are watching this video, so on the channel about card readings and things, we understand that we go. If something is going to be truthfully better for us, more beneficial for us, we're going to go there at our own pace. And finally, donation, because everything is free to access. So, I want to say it's because of how society of everything is made, we cannot live without some form of financial support. So I am lucky. I say this first. I am lucky because my mother is. I'm a caretaker for my mother, and she's happy offering me a roof as long as I need. And I live in a country with governmental help. It is conditional. But thankfully, it seems that the fact I can be considered a caretaker for my mother is enough to have this help. It's not enough to live alone, but it's enough to make comfortable my living with my mother. And the thing is that, so, like I said, of course, I do everything for free, and my dream, and I live this dream every day. I speak of it as a dream, but at the same time, it's my reality every day. I want to show that we can live as we want. We can go as far. It's not needed. You can choose to have paid services, paid things to pay. People need to pay for, but you can go as far as be free to live as you want, have everything you share for free, and that people are still going to support you in how they can. It's like, if you cannot donate, I'm not going to tell you donate. No. I want you to first understand how can I support. And it's like, if truthfully you don't want to donate, if you could, but you don't want, I also respect this. It's like, I want you to know what you can do, and then ask yourself, do I want to do this? And whatever the reply, I'm happy with this. So my spiritual side, I'm going to show it after, is chrisreadings.cartco. So this is where you can see how to ask for personal readings, and I have written spiritual content. For now, there is only a challenge message, but I am preparing more written content that is more about written spiritual content. And you can see from there exactly the donation option. So I'm going to drink a little bit. So let's see. My values, no. I didn't add because it was after that I had the terms. I forgot to add value and terms, but okay. So the first value is the fact that if something is my value, I consider I need to live, speak, and act it. It's not about being hard with myself. It's just that if something is my value, it means it's something that is core to me, it's important to me, and this is something that cannot be detached from me. It's really this thing, you know, that it's you, and if this is not there, it's not you. And it's like, maybe I'm not going to be always able to really speak or act or live with them, you know, because external influences, maybe one day I'm going to be too tired, you know, because you're going to see there are things that are still things you need to live, speak, act. So I don't know if one day I'm low on energy, tired, a little sad or something, maybe for a brief moment I'm not going to be able to think, or, you know, I just seek to be careful of how I interact with others. But at the end of the day, everyone is the same in the idea that you can wish to speak, act, think, live in a certain manner. You're not always going to be able to do this. And this is funny because it is a value of mine. There is acceptance and later another thing. To accept that you might not always be able to apply your own values is part of my values. So my value, the biggest thing is the idea that I want to think, act, speak, live my values, to be and express what these values are. And this includes the fact that I might not always be able to, but I'm going to do my best. So the first I marked is respect and acceptance. So for me, this is the idea that there is no right or wrong, no good or bad. Instead, I speak of safe and pleasant and unsafe and unpleasant, because good, bad, right, wrong are based in disapproval. They are going to say, if you say it's wrong or bad, and over terms in this sense, you're going to not accept. And you know, it's like, I would say this. Yeah, this is why I said disapproval, because you're going to disapprove. And truthfully, that's why also I have an issue with disapproval and criticism. It is the idea that something can be wrong or bad, and so there is a moral justification to speak out against it and try to change it and force someone to change and this type of thing. But when you speak of safe and pleasant, we understand safety, we understand the sensation of pleasant, of happiness, satisfaction, joy, fun, amusement. Safe for me is also healing, relaxing, resting, this type of things. And when we say unsafe, unpleasant, it is a whole different connotation that wrong or bad. Unsafe and unpleasant, it's not about any sort of judgment or disapproval or anything. It's just that you're going to say, this is unsafe, unpleasant, this is unhealthy for me. So for me, the biggest thing is that there is no general, universal right, wrong, good, bad. Because we all have unique safe and pleasant. What is safe and pleasant for me can be unsafe and pleasant for you, and vice versa. So this is the idea of accepting things and people as they are and respecting that. And you know, it's like you can accept, respect, and still place a boundary. And what I love to say is that I will accept you, I will respect you, but I will not allow you to be unsafe and unpleasant and unhealthy and a danger to me. So this is the idea of I accept, I respect, but I will allow or not allow based on what is safe and pleasant to me or unsafe or unpleasant. So then my overvalue is freedom. So this is because I can see when you observe people, we all have unique, safe and pleasant. We all have at one point a difference. We're going to see these differences. And it's like sometimes we can think that some are universal, but it's not the case. When you really dig deep, it's like, yeah, sure, you can love apples and I can love pears, but some people are you're going to think that no one likes to be hurt, but it's false. I'm sorry for saying the term, but there are people who like to be hurt. There are people who like humiliation. There are people who like conflict, aggressiveness, this sort of thing. But when you see the healthy ways people can want to dominate, want to control, want to hurt, or want to be hurt, be controlled, be humiliated, this sort of things, it's based on consent. It's only healthy if both parties or all involved parties are consenting. And what is consent? It is the expression of free will. To be able to consent, you need your free will and to choose for yourself. So, to want to control someone is not inherently anything harmful. It is when you want to control someone who cannot choose yet, who doesn't know they can choose, or who choose and told you no and you don't listen, that is the moment you are harmful. I hope I'm clear in the difference. It's like, and so freedom, like I said, stops at the freedom of others. My freedom stops at yours and yours stops at mine. So let's continue. And so this is because everything feels personal to me. Like I said, there is no the thing is that, and this is the most harmful things for me, is the idea of a norm that is general. We are unique individuals, so everything is personal. You can have a sense of objectivity, but everything is personal. And it's like we can understand, it's like, yeah, anger, sadness, happiness, pleasant, safe are universal things. We all understand what it is, but the cause of this emotion are going to change. Like I said, what is safe for me can be unsafe for you. We both understand what is safety, what is unsafety, etc. But the form it takes is different. So for me, it's a little bit of, energies and form of energies. Safety is an energy, and what is safe for me is a form of energy that is unique to me. So everything is personal because energies are universal, but the way they express for you is going to be different than anyone else. And it's like you can, for example, have the same safety than me, but maybe what is pleasant for you is unpleasant for me. So it's like energy is both one term, energy, and many nuances of energies. If you consider energy to be white or all colors, I'm going to say all colors, and then you have each color is a type of energy, and when you look at color, there are many shades of colors. So just by looking at colors, and I do consider that colors are a visual representation of energies, and there are common meaning for colors, but not everyone thinks the same. For example, red can be considered about anger or danger, or can be considered about passion, inspiration, sort of thing. So even the meaning we give to colors can vary. And this is important also, the meanings you give to things, because there is a difference between what you feel emotionally or through your senses and what you think about it. It's important to pause and, really differentiate between what you're going to feel and the meaning, the interpretation, and the views you form about it. So, and everything to say, this is personal. So for me, justice is not karma, is not a law, is not anything that affects everyone. What everyone has is a personal justice, and it is going to be all that protects you and guides you. So your justice is everything that is going to protect for what is unsafe, unpleasant, unhealthy, a danger, a threat to you, and what is guiding you toward what is safe, what is pleasant, what you want, what you like, what you need, what is healthy for you, what that will help your well-being, this sort of thing. So yeah, so of course you can have entities that are justice-based, but they are going to act differently with each person because each person has unique needs. So then we touch unconditional, and this is also why all my content is free to access. So the first reason was because I have not being able to buy things I wanted. So I wanted to think of people in poverty or not able to pay for a book or for a paid service and still have access to content. And then as I developed my values, I realized how much we live in a society, in systems that are very subtle in their harm, because we think we are free, we think there is justice, we think there is love, but it's not our freedom is still prevented because some things are harder to do, and if you have harder choices and paths, your freedom is limited. Like I said, the idea of a norm is harmful because what happens is that if you say there is a norm, you're going to say there is outer norm, and the outer norm is deviant or bad or wrong or things a little bit. This is how we develop the idea of right and wrong, of bad and good, and because we think there is a norm we need to follow, that is a norm, the default or whatever, and so we start to judge the out of norm. So this also prevents freedoms and place condition, because the same way you're not free to be out of norm without the risk of judgment, and some people cannot handle what can happen if you go out of norm, but they're not happy in the norm. And so I saw this, so I wanted to express my freedom and really go as far as give you freedom to choose how you want to support me, and so to not have any condition to fill in before seeing my content. And the same way, that's why I say you can do what you want after. It's both your freedom and my unconditional sharing and things. And the same way, if you support me and things, like I said, you respect me and you don't try to place any condition on me. Be it, like I said, if you support me, it's a gift of appreciation. It's encouragement, donation, you want to support me. It's the idea that I express my freedom, I respect the unconditionality of things, and so this is why everything is free to access. And it's like it's hard because of how the system is. It should not be hard, but it is. But I am in a place where I can do this, and I chose to do this. And I'm going to always seek to express my values, and I do want to continue living every day like this, and be able to live from this, to have the support I need. But yeah, and this is the biggest thing for me. There is so much. We understand that love is meant to be unconditional. We understand this idea of unconditional, but we don't quite yet are able to really apply this. But it's normal, it's natural because of how everything is. And I as you can see, I prefer to say natural to normal, because there is a difference in what the words mean. So when we speak of unconditional, it means there is no condition to giving and to receiving. It's based on a respect and or affection. I forgot to say and or. It's, well, the thing is that if you have affection, you tend to have respect. or not necessarily. You can have affection but not respect someone. So no, it can be respect, affection, or both. You respect me, you have affection for me, you like me or what I do, or you respect. You know, it's like you can just respect me, not like or anything. You can just respect, have affection, or have both, and you give for that. And when you receive, it's because someone else give. So it's based on respect and or affection. So giving, like I said, is if you can and you choose to. It's like if you can still choose not to. And if it's your true choice, you know, it's like I respect this and I'm going to say I'm glad about this. If you can truthfully choose whatever your choice is, I'm glad for you. And receiving is based on what you need, want, and like. So I receive, I accept that you can wish to give something, but I might say this is not what I need, what I want, or what I like. It's like I said, for example, I don't like and I don't need criticism. So you can maybe wish to give me criticism and really have this respect or affection, but I'm going to say, no, this is not what I need, I cannot allow this. And this is again this idea of I can accept, I respect what you do, that you are, that you do everything, but I might not allow this because it might go against my own freedom, my own needs, my own wants, my own likes. And we all have these unique needs, wants, and likes. And I consider that my needs, wants, and likes are mine to seek. I'm the one who is seeking to feel safe, to feel pleasant, to feel peaceful, to feel harmonious, to have all my needs fulfilled, and to seek wants and likes. And that support is going to come from someone that is going to cross my path, respect and or have affection for me, that can and that choose to. And it's like, of course I'm going to need support, but it's like, it's not because I need it that I'm going to ask it of you. Like I said, it's unconditional. The thing is that I need this, but I'm going to provide for myself first, and any support, any help of any kind is for me a bonus. The thing is that I don't know if I say this after. No. The thing is that I consider that, you know, the idea of being whole, complete, and for me it's the idea that we are all the potential in us, all we need to be free, because to be free you have to have everything. If you depend on someone else for something, you are not free because they control your freedom. And you can want this, but you know, you first need to, you know, this is a little paradox that is not a paradox. You first need to be able to choose truthfully, and then you're going to say, okay, I can choose, I understand I can be independent, but I don't want to. And the thing is that the person you're going to depend on is someone that has been able to choose truthfully to be the person that is going to provide for you. So for me, I consider, yes, I'm going to need support. I'm going to appreciate any help. And you know, it's like, yeah, I would love to have someone that provides for me. I would honestly, if someone came that told me I want to provide for you in every way, and I can feel I can learn to know this person and see that honestly I'm going to be happy in this, I'm going to say yes. But like I said, I have to be free to choose. I want them to be free to choose, and and the thing is that the freedom of choice means that even if you choose, for example, I can choose, yes, I want to test being provided for you. At any moment in time, we can speak and say, listen, it's not working, we're changing our choice. You know, it's like the most important thing is that no choice is a trap. The idea of remembering you have freedom to choose is to remember you don't have to stay in anything you don't want to stay in. And that's why it's important to learn to see all the choices you have, because if you think something is true when it's a choice, when you consider something true or a fact, you don't question it and you think you cannot choose differently. And so, yeah, you know, you can trap yourself. So it's important to be able to discern and to ask the question and to say, is this what I truly want? What would I choose? And you know, if you can see the option of losing, the choice exists. Maybe you're going to then say, okay, I could choose, but I like the choice I have. It's good. But the idea is to always remember your choice, and that you choose. It's like we choose. Everything is a choice, and it's like, yeah, there are the natural emotions, the things you don't control, but you choose how you're going to act, how you're going to think about it, and this type of thing. So the thing is that what is not a choice, what you cannot control, is needed for your survival. It's like we cannot choose to stop breathing. We cannot. We can briefly choose to stop breathing, but if we could choose to stop breathing, we would die. The same way, if we choose to stop eating or drinking and don't change the choice, don't seek to drink or things, we are going to die. So if anything, so what I want to say is that you need to seek, can I choose? And if you see you cannot choose, you truthfully cannot choose, it's your survival. If something cannot choose, if you cannot choose differently, so like I said, you ask, can I choose not to breathe? And you realize you cannot keep not breathing, it means it's against your own survival, really your being. So for example, you can test, so this is physical, so you're going to see quickly, but sometimes you're going to say, I want to choose differently, but along the way you're going to sense you cannot keep. And this happens, it's either because it's survival, or just it doesn't match. But the thing is that if at some point it's not but the thing is, like I said, it's either safe and pleasant or unsafe and unpleasant. If it's unsafe and pleasant, it's unhealthy, it's a danger, it's a threat, it's against your survival. So if at any point in time something you feel you cannot continue keeping that choice, you're going into survival mode. Your survival is saying stop. And so this means you are going to have sign before, which is like, I don't like this, if this feel a little bit off. But if you continue, you say, no, I'm going to still continue, that's when it's going to worsen and worsen and worsen until you're going to feel, I have to stop, or I'm going to hurt myself, or it's hurting, or this type of thing. So, yeah. And yes, so I said all this. And now we can go into my terms. So I'm going to drink again. I was hoping the video was not going to be too long, but I think it's going to be. But I don't mind because so far I can sense I'm saying what I want to say. So I have a few terms. I might not always use them exactly, but these are the terms that are the basis a little bit of how I view things. So spirits, like I said, is a general term for all non-physical entities. I didn't know exactly how to explain this, but my spirits said this. So I have solar, lunar, and day and night. And my spirits have said I can consider solar and lunar to be energies of nature and animals, and day and night energies within human and spirits, and the cosmic galactic a term from the neutral aspect. And it does echo the masculine, feminine, and non-binary, neutral, agender, etc. But it's like, I hope you can maybe sense this, but for me, it's different to say solar, lunar, day, night, and cosmic, galactic. It's different that when we say feminine, masculine. And for me, when I hear solar, lunar, day, night, cosmic, galactic, for me there is truth. There are energies that are solar and lunar. And masculine and feminine, for me, have been human. We created the worlds, and so we created the energy, but it's purely human. So it's purely this construct, and it's like, it doesn't mean it's false. It's like, you know, there is a difference between what is outside of humanity and what was created by humans. And yeah, and so we can speak of masculine, feminine, of gender world and things, but we have to understand it's something that has been created by humans, words and concepts we created, and so we can exist and speak outside of them. But other things, safety, for example, exists outside of humans, and safety is even natural survival for everything. Maybe there are beings that exist that need to feel unsafe, maybe. But they are more general. You know what I mean? We understand that masculine and feminine is something we invented. And that's why I have an issue with divine masculine and divine feminine, because it's not that divinity or spirits are masculine or feminine, it's just that you're going to assign this. So of course, if you need this or you like having this binary, but you know, it's like, remember, it's a binary that has been constructed by humans and not what is. So the same way I use beneficial and align instead of good, because the same way good has been used a little bit with connotation. Because the thing is that you can think that good alone is a word that works, but no, because good is going to imply bad. So, and beneficial or align for me is more neutral. We understand that beneficial or align is also personal. So I said beneficial feel like it's for growth and align for self, so survival and living, so health, well-being, knowledge, growth. Align is safe and pleasant, and safe and pleasant is non-aligned. So, and as you can see, I don't speak of light or darkness, because the same way for me, it's like we mistook things. I didn't speak of this, but what I speak of is the visible and invisible. And the thing is that the visible is going to be black, and the visible white. You see this in colors. All colors that are visible are going to create white, and when there is no color visible, you create black. And when you see light and darkness, we say white and black. And or we're going to speak of shadows as hidden things. And for me, it's just the visible and the invisible. We have things invisible and things invisible. And day and night and solar and lunar, like I said, our energies are overthink. How to say this? Solar, lunar. I cannot express this. I think we can understand. If I say solar, we have this big ball of fire, this thing, and lunar is this ball of water. And day and night, maybe in similar way. And the thing is that everyone has solar, lunar, day and night. We have the four. And cosmic, galactic. We need all of them. We are all of them inside us. But yeah, I think I would say the solar is a fire, lunar is a water, because I consider that air is within all of us, and earth also. How to say this? That both air and earth are part of fire and water, and only fire and water are sort of mirror to each other, rather than within. You know, you can have air in fire and air in water. You can have earth in fire and earth in water, but fire and water are going to cancel each other out. And when you take the physical ones, when you see fire encountering water, you have the water is going to stop the fire, and you have air, steam. But if the fire is mixed with very hot earth, volcano, lava, and encounter water, you have earth. So for me, air and earth are a result of the encounter between fire and water in different ways. And yeah, only fire and water cannot, like I said, when you see fire, either the fire is too hot and it's going to evaporate the water, or the fire is not hot enough and the water is going to turn off the fire, to say a thing. So, and air and earth are created when you are in the middle, you know, when it's both hot and cold, fire and water. And yeah. So for me, there is this fire water, so solar fire, lunar water. Day is fire, light, water. But at the same time, it's a comparison, but I would also say fire can be lunar and night. It's just a different type of fire. There is solar fire and lunar fire, or you can say fire and water, if I make sense. So yeah, I still have trouble. I understand. I can see the energy of solar, lunar, day, night, cosmic, galactic, but to express this in words, whoa, I cannot. I'm sorry. And I hope I made some sense. So the last two things. So I mentioned worthy, wellness, or free. So, but I want to say inner and it's very recent today that I realized that what we call inner shadow, I had trouble with inner shadow specifically because of the connotation, and I realized that what we have is inner wildness and inner innocence. I define inner wildness as the part of you that wants to follow your needs, your wants and your like. This is a wild part of you, and this wild part of you wants to do what it wants, want to be free, do what it wants, and you know, it's like it's a part of you that is not considering others. Or it can, at the basis, your wildness. And I take the example of animals. Animals have inner wildness and inner innocence. They are wild. We speak of wild animals because they are going to follow their beneficial line. They are going to follow their safe and pleasant. They're seeking what is safe. They're seeking to feel safe and to feel satisfied. And they're seeking to protect themselves for what is unsafe and unpleasant. And they are also innocent because I consider inner innocence to be when you don't see, understand that you have a choice. And animals, they can choose, but they choose effectively. You know, they don't realize they can choose because you can understand this because they don't seek new things. They are going to learn from new, but the only thing they seek is simply to be safe and their needs, so survival, to survive, to feel safe, and to follow anything that is a need, an instinct. And anything that we know is a choice, things that we can seek, knowledge, learning, wisdom, they don't. Because they have innocence. They don't understand they have a choice. And what I say is that when wildness takes into account the wildness of others, that others are going to have their own wants they seek, you enter worthiness in the sense that you realize you are worthy of what you want and need and like, and they are worthy of what they want, need and like. And when your innocence, you realize you have choice, you become free. You know, you're innocent to every choice you do not know you have, and you're free to make all the choices you know you have. And you're wild, you seek to feel safe and pleasant, and you are worthy to feeling safe and pleasant, and others are wild and worthy also. And for me, these four things make the final one wellness. So this is everything. So we are in the over contents, and I'm going to drink again. So I'm first going just to show in text and letter things. So I have fictional. I think in a previous diaporama. Yeah. I'm sorry. Quickly. Where is it? Oh yes, it's here. Okay, my spiritual site. I did speak of it. Up. So I have fictional original writing. So fiction original writing. What he said. So a site and a blog. So the site is where everything is. And the blog is more so to share about new chapters, new things coming, to be able to... I have my mail. You can contact me on my site via mail or on my blog via messages. And maybe I'm going to share quotes a little bit. Yeah. I have my Twitter, which is Chris Cassar 15, which is both spiritual and writer. So if you are interested, for example, you're here, but if someone is not interested only in is interested only in writer things, you know, they are going to follow my blog but not my Twitter, for example. So yes, I have my site and my blog. So the actual content is on my site. I do have Wattpad and Royal Road, but they are like side thing for me. I'm going to first put on my site, and when I have the time and the energy and things, I'm going to put on Wattpad and Royal Road certain things. But yes, everything is on my site. Then I have fanfiction. So if you don't know, maybe you don't, it's basically when you take a fictional original writing or TV show or manga or anything, and you write a story of your own, but with you at the basis with the same characters. So you can have what we call the canon ones that are going to be, you take the same things and just, you know, what if, additional scene, different scene, time travel, this sort of thing. Or you are going to have canon divergence, canon AU, or complete alternate universe. Where you're going to say, what if they were living in another era, or I take this character of a manga and put them in another. So the basis of fanfiction is going to be the character. You're going to take the same character, and either you stay in the same story, world of the story, or change it. And it's all about people who write fanfiction understand it's all about a hobby, and really this idea of we love the material, the source material so much, we want to write about it. And or there are fanfiction, there can be fan art, you know, but yeah, so I write fanfiction. I have things I love that I write for. So IO3 is where I have my fanfiction, and my blog is like my writer blog. It's just to share about new chapter, my progress, answer question and think. So I have my Twitter, which is spiritual and writer, and I have inspirational quotes that I'm trying to do. Oh my god, I forgot. As you can see, I goofed. I have a side blog to Home of Writer, that is Home of Write Off. I'm going to show it. That is just for sharing. So I have, you know, I'm in the process of changing things because I had these things I call reflection, that are reflecting what I'm thinking, viewing about certain topics. And they were on my site, but I want to leave my site and my main blog fiction only, and just have a side blog for this type of thing. And I do have another YouTube channel personal. I do have a writer one just for trailer and potential things and writer journal, but the link is on my site. My site do have every link you need about me as a fictional writer. But yes, I have Chris Emeris as another channel, which is gaming and cosplay mostly, only. And it's like I'm not going to always be able to do this. I have some videos of gaming I haven't posted, but I will post. But if I have a video of gaming or cosplay, I'm posting on Crystal Maze. So yes, so this is my over content, and I'm going to show it after. So my final words, which are going to be the words I'm going to say every time, is grace and gratitude. So for me, grace is respect, but there is a sense of warmth. It's like if there is a nuance, there is a difference. And yeah, the way I see what we call grace is respect. You're respected. I accept. I respect. And there is a sense of warmth, of affection, a certain degree of. It's not just respect. It's respect, and there is a little warmth, a little fondness, a little things like that. And you know, it becomes fully warmth, fully affection if it's more than a little. You know, you go from respect, grace to warmth, affection, and you know, I don't say we go into love. I say we go into peace and harmony, because love can be respectful, or love can be graceful, love can be warm, love can be peaceful, or love can be harmonious, and love can be passionate, but it's different. You know, love is through everything. So for me, grace, warm, respect. And gratitude is when you have this appreciation of something that is given. So I'm going to say I wish you grace and gratitude at my video's end, and it's going to mean I am sending you sorry, it's the end of the thing. I am sending you both grace and gratitude. So my respect, that is warm, and appreciation, and what is given is the time you spend watching. You know, you can only hear me say grace and gratitude if you give me, if you have given me a bit of your time. So I wish you grace and gratitude for that, and right now also, and I wish you also to receive grace, to receive respect and grace, and reason to be grateful. And now we are going to exit this. Yes, thank you. We are going to start with my reading site. So as you can see here, Christening Carquaco. This looks like this. So I'm going to just, you know, show, and you can pause to read. The one thing I did like in the previous videos was the channel message. So I might leave a link to the video, but you know, directly to the channel message that is here. And if you, because I read it in the video out loud, and I realized after that I was channeling the speaking. I was not just speaking. So I hope you know, you can pause. That's why I'm doing this slowly and showing things. But I'm still going to give a look. So again, you can pause if you want. Okay, so up. I was careful to, only take a few seconds so you could pause. And I forgot to show, it's here that you can see how to support me. So the Ko-fi, the Patreon, and the PayPal are the same that for my writings, original writing. So I have Ko-fi, which is, you give one time what you want. If you want to donate monthly, I have Patreon and PayPal there. So it's like if you want to support me financially, it's there. And it's like I said, I'm doing everything for free, and I'm just giving the option. If you want, it's like it would be a little silly, like everything is free, and you're here and you're like, but I want to support you, and it's like I am not going to say no. It's like I'm not going to say no. It's there. It's your choice. Like I said, you do what you want, but the option is there, and whatever you choose, I'm happy. So then we have, as you can see, there is a link and my writing site. So this is like this. I do my own translation because I am French at origin, so it would be silly not to. But I do it at my own pace. So like I said, you have it's here also, and I forgot, but I do want to add a little things about the non-financial support. So social media, like I said, the Twitter, I do link on it on my site, but this is because I'm not hiding anything. I consider there is no shame in, I have space for each thing, because if you want to see only one aspect, spiritual, writer, fanfiction, you don't have to see everything at once. But I'm not hiding anything. I'm this and that and this and that. Someone that look can find me, and yeah. So it's all there. And if you are curious, my works are like this. I'm currently, oh my god, I forgot. Today is one of the days. I need to add a chapter to. This is my first novel size story, and I'm releasing this one, and oh my god, I need to read chapter 5. I don't read. If you're curious to read, on the 9, yeah, it's 9 p.m. for me. I need to read. Oh my god. I only put a schedule if I have something finished, it's like if I'm not ever saying I don't have a schedule if I don't have finished thing, or things that are never ending. When we speak of my reading video, they are never ending. I don't have a finish line, but stories have a finish line. So, but as you can see, I do post in arcs, story arcs, because it's easier for me. I can rotate better. But yes, even like I said, I have troubles with I'm a 2-3 soul. I have troubles with schedules. Anyway, but at least I remember. Okay, so this my site, and this is my blog. So here you can see I put my current project, the few quick information. The who I am and what do I write is the same as my comeback, as my about. And I forgot these two. I want to put them as side by side rather than below each other. As you can see, there is a lot of work that goes beyond everything I do. And not everything is, as easy for me to do as others. So, yeah. I do things at my own pace. So this is my blog. Like I said, this is the thing I want to add to my site also. And I'm going to read over it later, but yeah. So this is my Twitter. So you can see how it looks like. So you see I'm going to retweet certain things, say chapters, So the first videos. And here you can see some of my inspirational quotes, but you know it's directly written. And I have other things. So for example, I'm going to anytime I should have done this with my own thread rather than sick like this. So like, I love this art. This is the first original character I've ever created. I start to write my first novel before, but I was writing with myself and my family as characters, so it wasn't even truly characters. It's much later that I made them original characters. And in terms of really developing an original character, it's her, my little Erin. And there are things in her, she is fictional, her world is fictional, but I realized recently that things I was inspired by the dormant knowledge within me and the knowledge of the spirits that I know have been with me for a while. Oh my god, I'm trying to do something and of course... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have organized little threads. So... And of course I'm going to go right from the start. Yeah, you know, threads. Maybe last one. Well, like I said, I have different type of threads, codes, things. I'm still going to have a code for reflection there, but so you know, it's like it's a little way so that people can, you know, have a quick access. So for example, there. So you know, I go from, you know, the things that are more so values, things like this: why do humans have to treat difference as bad, or this is a funny one, you know, I'm going to go funny, serious, this type of thing. I'm just trying to show things that can be, you know, make people curious. And then the side block, like I said, so it's written like this: write off. Instead of writer, you have the off. It was little funny things when the writer is not writing. Yes, I know this is me. So yeah, I'm still in the process of moving things. Yes, my arrow 3 is this one, Chris Amris. Did I write it correctly in the... So you can see here how it's written. And this Moda Uzushi is, and these two are what I'm writing actively. So this means when I do have a new chapter, I'll post it right away. And everything else is on Yachi, on pause. And I'm going to only post when I have a story arc finished or a full story finished. So yeah. And I could go on about what I love about this, but a lot of things about my own values have been, you know, I've realized how to explain them, and really I realized these values thanks to Moda Uzushi. It speaks of the unconditional, and it speaks... but the thing is that it is a canon gay couple story, but the main thing is about people who have their own values and don't betray their own values. They make mistakes, they have to learn, they misunderstand. The world around them is full of people being judgmental or mob mentality. A little bit reflective, yes. But there is also the grey mentality and the complexity of the grey area. And yeah, like I said, the main characters that form the couples they have their own values and they don't betray their own values. They have to learn a few things, but they learn, and they really show the unconditionality and the strength to follow your own values. So they're really, yeah, important. And of course, if you don't know Modao Zushi, I don't know, maybe if you're going to still read, be curious, or read first Modao Zushi. There's a novel, you can find the fan translation. Let me... So, a quick promotion because it is good. Yes. You can find the novel fan translated because the English there is no official translation. So yes, sorry, I'm sorry. I was just trying to do this. So the summary. They did a start of the manhwa, but no, you can only find it ever officially on. They do have official translation of the manhwa, but at some point it becomes a paid thing. It's cheap. It's cheap depending on the money you use. But yeah, they do have the thing. So you can ever seek the official translation, or I'm not going to say anything, but yes, I know. It's really a hard thing because for me it's important that some people are either there is no official translation or not everyone can access. So you do what you do. But what is important at the end of the day is how do you support the original author and things. So for example, I buy official merchandise. One time I was able to donate to someone that can donate to the official artist. If you can, it's like in fan fiction. We understand, we love this, we do things for this, and we seek at the end of the day to find the way we can support. So, and yeah. So there is the novel, which is the best version, the original version. The manhwa is good because it's no, there is an audio drama, but you need to find. I should prepare this. I think I have something on my blog for that. You can come ask me if you are truly curious. There is an audio drama that is the book in audio book, and it's censored a little bit, but you do have the full romance. They don't censor the romance at all. The only thing they censor is the 18 plus things, and in the novel the more mature things are only towards the end. It's really towards the end. Like I said, and the extras have more mature content, but because they are extras. So yes, so there is audio drama. The manhwa is I feel like we can see. Oh no, it's a download version. They did stop after a while because they had trouble. Yeah. So yeah, the manhwa is. I'm sorry, I have to. It's. I don't want to say this, but if you don't, the word is clear enough close to manga. It's Chinese, the Chinese version of manga. I know there is another written way manhwa with I think it's like this. That is Taiwanese of the, yeah, I think is Taiwanese, yes. So manhwa, I'm sorry. It's if you're speaking with someone, they can tell you no, it's like this, but on my own. I can just do my best. So you have the audio drama, which is if you can read the novel, it's great. The audio drama is great because it's a novel in audio format. The manhwa so far is pretty close. They have to censor a little bit more, but they stay close, and there is the element of romance. There is also donghua. So this word is less obvious, but Chinese animation, yes. Which is, it's not as faithful. It's still pretty close, but they do change some things. It stays close, but they change some details, especially because there is a little bit more censorship. So, but it's still pretty good. I love it. There is the most badass version of the main character that you can see here in the donghua. So you know, it's like the novel is the canon material, the original thing. The audio drama and the manhwa are really staying close to it. The donghua is a slight divergence, but stays with original content. And you have live, but it's called The Untamed. Yeah. It's a version with real life actor, real life things. A TV show, yeah. And you have the with English subtitle. They have it free to access. So because the views are going to support them. So a lot of things you can find, either because people have done fan translation, or because you can find official English translation, or you know, over language translation. And the Untamed is a bit more of a sort of alternate universe. It's still pretty the same, but they did change some major plot element. This is the thing, the donghua don't change plot elements, you know, but the Untamed does. But they're all good. They're all great. So sorry I went on a tangent, but I love it so much. If I can convince people to read it, watch it, anything. You know, it's not even about my fanfiction if you want to read after. It's just if people can fall in love with it also, I'm going to be happy, because I consider there are things that are pretty lovely to see inside. And this is my blog. So I'm either reblogging my own theme, reblogging things of other people, or posting about my own fanfiction. I have a boot. I think I need to change. And I know I love it. Like every time I'm doing this video, this is the first time. The very first, I didn't post it. I didn't like it enough to post it. I went a little bit off everywhere, but every time I love. Let me. You see, I published this then, and I still haven't. Every time. Okay, so this is that, and to finish, this is my other. So I have in cosplay. I only posted the pirate cosplay that I wanted, the video I like. This game. So as you can see, I have 2 series of games. I have more Skyrim to come. That is. Where did I put? Let me see. Yeah, I do have more videos about doing Skyrim, but with another character that is based on Wewusian. So you can see the videos. Let me. I'm actually on my reading channel to be able to show as you can see yourself. You know. So yeah, I have videos of Amnesia not of Skyrim, and maybe Dragon Age Inquisition I'm going to post, but yeah. And just to thank you for watching until now, I'm going to show you a funny things. So I'm going to put the sound of the so you can hear my laugh. So this one. So I hope it's not going to be too loud. So as I say in the thing, I was doing the pirate, and he was in this scene. I was doing a thing. I was trying to do a thing about multiple characters of mine, and this pirate, it's a dimension travel. But yeah, it's basically about to show how to bow, and he was speaking to the characters, and as I say, you're going to say why. I forgot how it's going to feel when my boots have heels. So
watch, I'm going to do it only once. If you can learn it, you're going to learn it in one time. It's easy, right?
And thankfully there was this, I loved this video so much. I never finished the thing, but I love it so much. I love it so much. And I'm going to show another thing, and then I'm going to finish this video. So I was both doing a cheesecake for my mother and I, but you know, I was like, I had the idea to do this in character also, but what I want to show is this.
That is done. Oh!
And you have no idea how many times this happened to me. But this time, yeah, I felt it. Over time, I don't feel it, but this time, yeah. Let's see. You know, this is really a bonus if you watch all of this again with heels. Yeah. If you wonder, back then I had a laptop.
You don't see anything.
Video can be like this.
Yeah.
So, but at present time I don't have a laptop, but I don't feel a need for it because I have my computer.
That could be useful.
Just seeking a better
in my own world.
Laptop. And this.
How?
I'm watching why I put all these ones. Yeah, because it's long. It's like I put the thing. Yeah, there was a little bit of floor thing.
Oh yeah, so better.
And I'm
my clothes, my jacket.
Because I managed to stay in character pretty well. But you know, this is what happens. But it's your character. You know how to stay in character. And I'm going to show another bonus, like I said, because it's like I think maybe some people are just going to watch certain part, but if you watch until now, I'm going to have another bonus, a lovely one, because not all my videos are public. Oops. No, I'm not going to show. Wait. Did I? Wait. These are my videos? No. I did keep... Hello? I have more videos. Hello. Don't do this to me. I want a bonus. I want the bonus I had in mind. What? Did I remove them? No. I didn't do this. I have the none, yeah, but oh my god, oh no, I remove them. Oh yeah, oh no, I just wanted to show because I did a cosplay of Arin, the character you saw, and I don't have it on my computer. It's saved elsewhere. Maybe I can. Oh no. I know how to find this, but so this is really a big bonus now. Listen, you're going to be happy if you watch until now, because when I said this is my first character, this is because I made a roleplay. She was a roleplay character, but so let me see. How to? I know I can find. Okay. So basically, if you want to know a bit more, of course, her story, a few things have changed because she was fandom based. She was based in BBC Merlin. So a lot of things make sense in BBC Merlin. She already has original things, but she only made sense in some things you can still see pretty. There is nothing about the actual story I'm going to do with her, but in terms of her background and where she comes from and her world, the fictional things, the original fictional thing, everything is there. So this is really big bonus, like I said. Let me see. I think please tell me I posted here. This is going to be funny because if I didn't, I should have. Something about the cosplay I did. Hello? I'm just looking at the pictures, but I don't know if I'm going to all show. Like I said, this is a lovely bonus because yeah. Hello. Yeah, for a few years, from 2012 to 1 year ago, I was role playing in various blogs, and I stopped because I wasn't managing to yeah. But yeah, I was doing role plays, and it really helped in terms of developing characters. Hello. Oh my god, I have cosplayed her. I have pictures and videos, and I had them for a while unlisted, and the only time I actually want to show them, it's not there. Okay, let me come back to. I think I have maybe one photo, one picture on my profile. This? No, not the face cream. My god, I can't believe this. No, I have, and I can't find it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a little lot things. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I have it. Okay, there is only one place I can show it. And this is the thing, I don't want to. Let me see, I had anything else to say? No, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I have. Okay, I'm going to go. There. There. Don't. You're going to love my background. Thank you. Guys, only one time. And I'm doing this because it's bothering me. No. What am I doing? Also nothing. Come on. Oh my god. And this is the thing, I don't want to have to deal with editing the videos. Like, I could cut things or add things after, but please no. Did I crash everything? Of course. Right when I'm... Oh my... No. I'm going to cut it. No, what are you doing? Help me. Help me. Thank you. You know, this is, I think the biggest bonus is the funny things since the start I tried to make a bonus. Like I said, if you watched and you know you start watching and continue watching, I hope this is a bonus for you, you know. At least the picture I know I have. It's in there. There. Yep. There we go. So I cannot show video, but I have, when as you can see, I had the reference for the, so this is me cosplaying my character as soon as I can show it. So a little trivia, the boots are not as the wrong size, they're too small for me, so I can put them, but it's impossible to walk, and it's not, I cannot stay long in it. So I took the pictures with the actual boots, the blue ones, and then when I did the videos with it, I changed with another boots. So there's this and this. So yeah, this is why I was sitting also, because the boots are impossible to keep. So yeah, there is this. The idea was the blue boots, the pale blue, almost white pants, the blues, you know, and gloves and things. And then, as you see the result, which I really love. Oh yes, yeah, this is the result, and this is amazing. I never had before an actual visual, and now I have. Especially the dragon form, because between Avatar Makers and my own cosplay I had vague idea of Arin, but now I do have her, and you'll notice something. But the dragons I didn't have, and now I do, and yeah, I love it so much. So, with that said, this is everything, and thank you for watching. However long you watch what you watch, you know, maybe you watch only a part and then the final words. This is going to be funny, but thank you for watching. And I didn't say thank you before because I was waiting for the end of the video. So, but at least I do say I wish grace and gratitude in my description for this too also. But yes, thank you for watching. I wish you grace and gratitude, and see you around.